Welcome back to Adrian's Avenue, where we like to provide you with information to help you make better decisions for a better life. Because I truly believe that your daily decisions determine your destiny. And today we're in for a great show because we're going to talk about investing. We've talked about investing a little bit, but when you bring up investing, if you've watched the channel for any period of time, you may start talking to your friends or family about investing, what Adrian's been talking about. They may look at you a little weird, or they may get a little quiet. And then when you ask them what's going on, they start giving you excuses for why they don't invest. So we're going to cover some of these excuses because I'm sure you've heard these excuses before. Stay tuned. Now, I will first say that if you run across some people that give you these excuses that I'm going to cover, you don't have to defend them. You don't have to defend me. Just invite them to start watching the channel and finding out more information, because most cases people don't do things because they don't have enough information about it, or they've been told one thing that may not be true, and they just need valid information. And on this channel, we give you the information. We do not tell you what to do with the information, but we give it to you. You can have the options. You can do this or you can do that. I tell you what's worked for me, but I am not providing financial information for anyone. I'm just giving you information out there that you can use. Go research it for yourself. You know, I always tell you to research it for yourself. Once you find the truth out, once you research something, interested in it, and you see that it could be working for you, you can start a little at a time. You can start doing that. But we're going to jump right in right now. First up, you need a lot of money to start investing, and that is just not true. In today's world, with the apps that are out there, you don't need a lot of money to start investing. So you can kind of debunk that from the get-go. There are apps out there that you can invest $5, $10, whenever you feel like it. You can invest $5 or $10 a week, a month, or however you feel, but you can start as small as that and just let it grow. Just let it grow, let it grow. Be consistent about it, but you don't need $100, you don't need $1,000, you don't need $10,000 to put in something. Now, I will say the more money that you put into an investment, the better chance you have of making more money. But if you start early enough and are consistent with your investment strategy, whether it's $10, $5, $20 a month, a week, to put into some of these stocks and some of these funds, you will have a good start and a good foundation for your future. And so don't let "I don't have a lot of money to invest" be the reason that you don't invest. You can buy fractional shares of stock, which means you don't get a whole share of stock, but you can build up by putting money in. If the stock costs $100 and you only have $20 to put in, you can buy a fractional share of $20 worth of that stock. When you get to $100, you will have bought a whole share of that stock. So don't let that stop you. Don't let that be an excuse for you for not investing, thinking that you don't have enough money. You can find some money and you can start investing today if you really want to. Now, you may have heard this as an excuse. Investing is just like gambling. And I would challenge you on that, because investing is not like gambling. Gambling, you don't know what your outcome is going to be. I've been to Vegas before. I played the slot machines. You put some coins in a slot machine, and back then when I used to go, you would pull a lever and whatever would flash up on the screen. You may win, you may not win. It's just the kind of the luck of the draw. You don't know whether you're going to win or not. So that is true gambling. You put something in and you don't know if you're going to get it or not. You don't know if the odds are in your favor. Investing is not like that. Investing, you have research out there that you can check into these companies and you can see what they've done in the past, how they're headed in the future, who heads them up, what they believe in as a company, what they believe in as the CEO of that company. You can have some of the finest people in the industry working for you when you buy their stock. So investing is not like gambling. If you invest in a rental property, you can figure out by what the rent is for the ongoing rent right now, as well as what the house will sell for, possibly in the future, what you're paying for it, what you will have to invest into it. You can figure out, there are formulas out there for all of that. You'll know your return on investment. You can find out all of that. It's not like gambling. But it's so funny how these same people are saying investing is like gambling. They will go into a convenience store and buy a lottery ticket, which is gambling. They will pay that $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 to get a roll of lottery tickets or scratch offs, and then you may or you may not win, because that is true gambling. Most times you don't win. There are very few people go in and win. I don't know that I think I know of one lottery winner in my whole lifetime. So it is not like gambling, but that money that you're wasting on those lottery tickets, you could have put it into an investment instrument and actually made more money and gained more money for your future. So let's not say investments is like gambling, because that is 100% not true. The next excuse up is only experts can successfully invest. And that is an excuse, because there are funds out there such as index funds, mutual funds, where you can invest almost as good as the expert out there that's watching it every single day. Some of them actually do better than some of the experts out there. So the experts, yeah, they know what they're doing. They're versed in these types of funds that they're managing and selling and buying stock and bonds and that type of thing. So they do well with your money. But that is only an excuse saying that they can do better. Success, define success. If you make money on your money, to me, that's success. If you make more money by investing your money than putting it in the bank and getting that interest rate, or beating inflation, to me, that is success, because you're making money on your money, and when your money is working for you. So let's not let that be an excuse for not investing. There are mutual funds, like I said, there are index funds. You can put your money in, you can see what they've done in the past, you can see kind of where they're headed for the future, you can see what kind of stock that they're actually invested in. This should be helpful for you to help you make a decision on where you want to place your money. You can buy an investment property also, which if you can tell me something or show me a property 20 years ago that's selling for the same price, let me know and I'll go out there and buy it, because it's just not out there. Everything goes up when it's a limited amount of it, such as land, such as houses. There are a limited amount of these. They go up in value. Okay, so let's get away from the fact that we think the successful investment only comes from those people that are professionally trained to do that. No, you can invest some things in yourself as far as the index funds, mutual funds, stuff like that. And, you have a successful person actually running that fund for you. So you should be in pretty good hands if you do your research. The next excuse you may hear from some of your friends or family members is stocks are always risky. When someone puts the word always in a sentence, you have to beware of the word always. Stocks are not always risky. There are some solid blue chip stocks out there that have been making money since the dark ages. They've been making money forever and ever and ever. One I can bring up and bring to mind is Coca-Cola. It's been out there for a while. It's performed very, very well. And there are some other solid blue chip stocks. Look up blue chip stocks if you want to kind of stay away from the risk. Everything is risky, you guys. If you get in your car, you don't know if you're going to make it back home. It's a risk to drive. It's a risk to walk down the street. It's a risk to get out of bed in the morning. Everything is risky. So, let's get away from this thing that stocks are always risky. Yes, stocks are volatile. There are some, as we can see in the last few months, they will go up and they will come way down, then they will go way back up. And you have to have the nerve and the heart to for that, or not look at them. But if it's a solid company, sometimes there's ups and downs, and it does not necessarily mean that the company is bad. It means that the shift in mindset or the shift in the economy, something has happened and people change their mind about certain things. So they either start selling their stock, which will bring the price down, or they start buying it a lot, which will send the price back up. So there are some things in the market cycles, and some things that people do, big sell-offs and that type of thing, that will affect the stock market. But yes, there are some volatile stocks out there that will go up and down. And like I said, if you don't have the heart for it, you may want to stay away from those, but that does not mean that you cannot make money on those stocks. The thing with stocks is I personally buy for the long term. So I'm not putting money in and taking money out and buying and selling, that type of thing. And it has its place for people who want to do that. I buy for the long term. I find the solid companies that I'm interested in. I purchase those and I let my money ride. If it goes down too low, I'm probably going to buy some more, and let it ride and let it rise up and just kind of watch it. But I don't get excited when the stock that I truly believe in, that's going to be successful over time, I don't get excited when it goes down. I just don't. So stocks are volatile. And so if you want to invest in bonds, invest in something else that doesn't go up and down that much, but they are not just so risky that you cannot invest in stocks and bonds. Now is the perfect timing to hit that like button and that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on the latest information as I bring it to you. And make a comment. What other excuses have you heard from your friends and family about why they don't invest? Investing is a good, solid idea because, as I've said in one of my past videos, you cannot become wealthy and build wealth by just saving alone. And speaking of perfect timing, sometimes people will give you the excuse that I am waiting for the perfect time before I start to invest. This is an excuse because there is no perfect time to start investing. If we had a crystal ball and we could tell when the stock market was going to come down to its lowest or when it was going to go up to its highest, we could go ahead and buy at the very lowest. And when it went to its highest, we could sell at the very highest. We don't have that crystal ball. We don't know. Most of us buy, if it's going down and it's some more stock that we want to buy, we'll buy on in the dip or on the way down. If we miss it and it starts to go back up, we may start buying on its way back up. But you don't know. The best time to buy stock is when you have the money to purchase it. Some people do the dollar cost averaging. They just buy every month regardless of if it's down or up. They're the ones that are actually winning in the game because they're not playing this game of running, trying to see when the stock is down and when the stock is up. Time in the market is more important than timing the market. Let me say that again. Time in the market is, the more time you can have in the market, these ups and downs will balance out, because if you look at the market, it's going like this, right? It's not staying even. It's going up. There's going to be some dips, there's going to be some heights, but it's still headed up. So the best thing to do is jump in the market and continue to invest on a consistent basis. Yes, if the dip comes on a stock that I like, I'm going to buy more. But in the meantime, I'm going to invest as I get the money to invest, and I see things that I want to buy. Whatever the price is, I'm going to buy them. Now, common sense will tell you, try not to buy at the very height. When you hear about, oh, Apple stock has just shot up to whatever the amount is, that's probably not the best time to go out and buy a ton of Apple stock, because as soon as that hits, it will probably drop a little. So just watch it. And when you feel like, okay, I have the money, I want to go ahead and buy. And then if it dips a little, buy a little more. So that's the way we handle that. But just keep this in mind and don't be afraid to buy the stock that you're interested in and that you want, that will help you in your future. And last but not least, high returns will require high risk. That is an excuse people make. I have to, risk everything in order to get a really good return. And that's just simply not true. There are things out there, investments out there that you can start or get in early if it's a good investment. And over time, you will get the value out of that and a higher return as you stay in it. The longer you stay in it, the higher the return will come. Now, I would be very cautious and be aware of these speculative things. I would not invest in something that I didn't know a lot about, even though it shot up overnight. I just wouldn't do that with my money. Now, you can do what you want with your money, but I find that more consistent investing with good companies, if you find a good company that's managed well, that's making money, that has low debt. Check all this stuff out. And if you believe in it, put your money in it and let it ride, and it will make you money over time. Okay, so you will get those high investments. The people that bought into, and this is just an example, I'm not telling you to go buy this company, but the people that bought into Tesla at an early stage, they're like real happy now. The people that bought into Apple at a very early stage, they're real happy right now. The people that bought Nvidia when it was just starting out, they didn't know the future, but they were putting a little bit of money in. Some of those people are millionaires now because the companies have done so well over time. So what I'm telling you, you don't have to risk a lot in order to get a high return, but the longer you have it in there, and sometimes diversifying, you know, you may not want to put everything into tech stock. You may not want to put everything into gas and oil. You may not want to put all your money into pharmaceuticals. So these are things that if you diversify, just pick the best companies to put your money into, then that can yield you high returns also. So don't think that you have to risk everything in order to get a high return on something. Time is on your side when it comes to that. So all of these excuses, and you've probably heard more. I'm sure I didn't cover all the excuses why people don't invest. The main thing is, in my mind, when I talk to people about investing, is they don't know about the stock market, so they don't know the knowledge that they need to know, and then they are afraid of losing money. They care more about losing money than making money. However, they will go into a store or go to Vegas and lose money and not make money because the chances there are very low that you're going to actually come back with some of Vegas's money, or go into a store and buy a lottery ticket, these scratch offs, lose money because you're not going to make money on that either. But when it comes to giving up some money so that you can make something in the future, the excuse is, well, I don't want to lose. They never look at, well, what if you don't lose? What if you gain money by doing this? And in most cases, you will gain money by investing in the right places at the right time. So that is the biggest thing that I'm finding with folks that want to make excuses about investing. Now, if you don't want to invest, and if you find another way of living your best life in the future with your daily decisions that you're making, by all means. But I'm telling you, this is a surefire way to go ahead and build wealth for the future that you can pass on to generations, or just live a great life when you get older and it's time to retire and it's time to live that life that you've worked so hard for. So take all this into consideration and just look at them when they give you the excuses, but you'll already know what the answer is to the excuses when it comes out of your friends and family's mouths about investing. And let them know, come over to Adrienne's Avenue and just listen to a few of her videos about saving, about budgeting, and about investing. And let's see if maybe I can sway them a little bit. With that being said, I will see you in the next video.